everybody. It's the Hallmarkies podcast, and we're so excited today to be here. This is one of our little Christmas episodes that we kind of do from time to time, and we are here to be talking about the Merry Madness bracket, and we are going to break it down and give our version of the bracket. It's going to be really fun, and I am Rachel, and Emma is here.
Hey, what's up? And boiler up, because I actually like real March Madness, and my team is in the Sweet 16.
Oh my
so I'm
gosh.
in a good mood.
That's pretty exciting. Yes, you were here. This is your second year in Merry Madness, so it's pretty fun. So, and then we also have very special guest, Alonso is here.
I'm back, and I have a voice this time.
Well, thank you. That was so nice of you the other day. So, all right. So we're going to go through the bracket. And we're going to give there's three of us. So obviously the one that wins the picks will move forward in the tournament. You can fill out your brackets on the hallmarkchannel.com website. And I'm not sure it's almost over as we're recording this. This is the 26th. It's over on the 28th. But so it'll be over by the time we do this, but check out your brackets and have fun playing along as we go. This is what we would pick as our taste, not by what we think will win, and which is the struggle with these brackets.
Right.
Yes.
Because you know that When Calls the Heart is going to win, or Signed, Sealed, Delivered.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes. And so that makes it hard, but we're just doing it the correct way, the right way. And we will see who wins. There's 4 different quadrants of the bracket. There's the Hallmark Channel. There's the Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. There's Hallmark Classics. And their definition of classic is very, I don't know about that. And then Hallmark Movies Now section. So that is very exciting. All right. We ready to go?
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
do it.
Okay. So we're starting with the Hallmark Channel. And the first in the tournament is Christmas at Graceland versus Christmas Everlasting. So these 2 heavy hitters. Your Elvis versus your Graceland versus your Hallmark Hall of Fame. So Alonso, what do you pick?
Well, I mean, Graceland was, for reasons I will still not figure out, the top-rated film of the 2018 Countdown to Christmas. But it was also arguably one of the worst.
Yeah.
So if we're talking quality, I got to go with Christmas Everlasting. But, if you're strategizing, you might want to go in another direction.
Yeah, it was so great, Christmas at Graceland, that we're getting 2 sequels.
Ew.
Why 2?
Yeah.
What?
One for wedding and one for baby, I think.
Yeah.
It's the new Father Christmas.
No.
Emma, what do you think?
Well, I gotta go with Christmas at Graceland. I'm kidding. Even though that Christmas Everlasting boasted Patti LaBelle for like as their top person, she was in it for 5 seconds, and they had the weird FOA. It was still better than the Elvis movie.
I do agree. There wasn't enough Graceland, even though I thought Wes Brown was very hunky in it, so I enjoyed that. But I also enjoyed Robert from The Cosby Show and Christmas Everlasting. I can't think of his name. And you have, even though they totally should have had they should have had her work for the president like it is in the book, but they could have had President Palmer in their movie. But I'll still give it the edge. So,
okay, I have to ask, what's an FOA?
It was the Friends of Alice.
Oh, right. Okay, I thought it was an expression, but this is a very specific thing in the plot. I remember.
Right.
Those women.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were creepy.
Yeah, they were really, really bad. Okay, next up we have It's Christmas Eve with our Tyler Hines being super hunky and versus Christmas Joy with the Cookie Crawl. Tough one. Tough match. In my opinion. Emma, what do you think?
This is not tough at all. I still kind of swoon at the last 45 seconds of It's Christmas Eve. I co-host a Christmas show with my his radio show, and I actually played It's Christmas Eve on it, and he does not really like country. I know Leanne Rhymes, that wasn't a country song, but I loved it that much that I played it on his Christmas show. So it's Christmas Eve forever.
Yeah.
And ever and ever and ever.
Alonso, what do you think?
Tricky one. I mean, I both enjoyed these well enough, and I do like the songs in It's Christmas Eve quite a bit. Sadly, by the time the nearest Hallmark store to me is like in the far, far suburbs of Los Angeles, so they were sold out by the time I got to there. But I don't know. I kind of got to go with Christmas Joy. I think that Danielle Panabaker is a lot more natural on camera than Leanne Rhymes is, and I hope that she, I know she's got a steady gig on The Flash, but I wouldn't mind seeing her in the Hallmark rotation. I think she strikes that nice balance of, she's charming and she can do all the stuff and wear the long curl and do all the things you have to do on this channel, and so I hope we get more of her.
Well, this is a Tracy Andreen showdown. Both of these movies were written by Tracy Andreen.
Oh, funny.
And I actually really liked in Christmas Eve how there was sort of little commentary on rom-coms. I thought she did a good job with that. Like, oh, there's the meet cute. And I thought that was pretty well done. And I did love the cookie crawl, though. This is hard.
I'm really freaked out right now.
I'm going to go with It's Christmas Eve just because Tyler Hines was so good. I loved him.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Whew.
Okay. Here we go. Next, we have Homegrown Christmas, which they have taken away Lori Loughlin from the poster.
They took the picture.
Which is
Burning a candle.
Which is hilarious. Yes, that's
Wow.
right. Burning a candle.
It's like 1984. They just erased her from history.
Poor Victor Webster. This is God. Not to be on the poster either. And then versus Christmas at Pemberley Manor are slightly better than the other one.
Oh,
Pride
the
and
Austin
Prejudice.
movies, yeah.
They were both pretty rough. So I'm gonna go with Pemberley Manor. I just thought that the characters in Homegrown Christmas were kind of unlikable. They weren't my favorite. Emma, what about you?
I'm going to choose Christmas at Pemberley Manor because I was able to finish that one.
Okay, good. Alonso, what would you pick?
Yeah, Pemberley Manor for sure. I mean, I do like me some Michael Rady and some Jessica Lowndes, and the Wendy Williams cameo in Homegrown Christmas. So like somebody shot it on a phone in 10 minutes. It was really kind of thrown in.
That's true.
Oh,
I forgot about that.
And we, I learned in this whole, scandal that Lori Loughlin is married to the Massimo guy, and yet there's nothing in Homegrown Christmas that indicates that anybody in this movie knows anything of how the fashion industry actually works.
Right.
So that's another demerit for it.
I was just like, what is Victor Webster's problem? He needs to calm down. Like this guy, I don't know. He was still at this grudge for so long. It wasn't my favorite.
Let it go, man.
Yeah, for real. All right. So we have Shoe Addicts Christmas versus Jingle Around the Clock. And Alonso, what are your thoughts?
Oh man, okay. I'm admittedly not a big CCB fan, but Shoe Addicts Christmas was exceptionally stupid, and even though like Luke McFarlane is like my favorite Hallmark hunk, the movie was bonkers. And Jingle Around the Clock, I actually kind of admired the fact that. And I talked about this when we did the year-end recap on Deck the Hallmark. It's that rare movie where when the main couple has a misunderstanding, they then actually have a conversation about it and figure it out. It's not the thing where the guy sees the girl hug her ex-boyfriend and then thinks, oh no, they've gotten back together. And then we spend the next 15 minutes of the conversation that no one's having where he's under the wrong impression. Like in this one, they actually immediately discuss things and sort them out. And I was like, ooh, grown-ups in a Hallmark movie. How rare.
Yeah, I loved A Shoe Addict's Christmas. I loved the book. I'm hardcore on Shoe Addict. I loved the book. I thought it was really funny. And I thought Jean Smart was a delight.
She's great.
Yeah. And I kind of liked the idea of her going back and looking at her life and realizing that the different risks that she didn't take and how that impacted her life and how she could have been different. And then her getting sort of a chance to take the big risk with Luke McFarlane, as if that's a huge risk, but still, I don't know. I thought it was really charming. I enjoyed it. And so, and Jingle Around the Clock, I really admired that it was something different as far as I liked that she was a city girl and that I had a broader definition of family to include friends. I liked that, but I didn't think their chemistry was that great. And I thought there were too many board meetings. It was a little boring for me. So I'm going with Shoe Addict's Christmas. Emma, what about you?
Oh, I'm the tiebreaker. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm surprised because I'm not usually a CCB fan, but I thought A Shoe Addict's Christmas was super goofy and I laughed and I really enjoyed myself. And as much as I love Brooke Nevin, I have to go with A Shoe Addict's Christmas.
All right. Woohoo. Okay, here we go. Next up is Christmas at the Palace versus When Calls the Heart, The Greatest Christmas Blessing, or Jack Jr. So mine, it's definitely When Calls the Heart. I thought it was one of the better Christmas movies that they've done. I thought it was one of the better Christmas movies of the season last year, to be honest. And I didn't really love Christmas at the Palace. I was so mad at her because she left without saying goodbye to anybody. I thought that was so rude. And like, you can send a text, something. She just leaves. And that made me mad. And yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't my favorite. And we've had so many royal movies. So I go with When Calls the Heart. But Emma, what about you?
I'm kind of freaked out that you didn't go with the royal movie. And I am going to go with the royal movie. Because I do not like royal movies. You've all heard me talk bad about them before. But I just enjoyed Christmas at the Palace. I thought it was fine and harmless. And I was glad that Britt Bristow finally got a guy.
Yeah, that was cute.
It was just relaxing and fun. And I don't watch When Calls the Heart, so I didn't watch it. And I felt like I couldn't pick it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Alonso?
I watched the When Calls the Heart one, but I am so not a fan of this show. Like, my recurring joke is always, it's for people who think Little House on the Prairie was too edgy. You know, and they did very sneakily work in a backdoor pilot to apparently this new show that they're starting on Hallmark Movies now about the two sisters running the orphanage. It was not the worst When Calls the Heart thing I've ever seen, but I was surprised at how much I was charmed by Christmas at the Palace, because I can take your royals or leave them in these movies, but I kind of liked how they set this guy up as being somebody who had a bad reputation when it comes to Christmas.
That's
and
true.
how he had to kind of fix that. And I thought the ice skating was a nice, thing to throw in. It's like, they can't all be movies about, cookie makers and ice sculptors. Sometimes they might actually do a different thing that is wintry. And so why not ice skating? Sure. I'm waiting for the curling movie.
All right. Well, just remember, Hardee's, I defended you. I picked you. You can like me best.
Oh, look, they're going to win the dang bracket anyway. So, who
All
are we
right.
kidding?
Okay. Next we have Christmas in Love. This is a Nina showdown. She wrote both of these. Christmas in Love versus Pride and Prejudice and Mistletoe. And Emma, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I was so excited for Christmas in Love. So excited because I am a huge Brooke D'Orsay fan, but I could not focus on it. I thought it was so boring and so disappointing, and I hate that I'm saying this. Because I love her, and I'm going to have to choose Pride, Prejudice, and Mistletoe.
Ooh, all right. Alonso?
Wow, these were two of my lower tier movies.
Yeah.
It's funny. Pride, Prejudice, Mitchell made me think I didn't like Brendan Penny, but then I saw the Vineyard movies, and I'm like, okay, this guy's actually good when he's got chemistry with his leading lady. He has none with Lacey Chabert, though, and the fact that like it was not even spitting distance from Jane Austen. That title is ridiculous. Christmas in Love also kind of bonkers, and her wreaths are terrible. But I thought the whole business with the Kringles was sort of cute. So of these two, I guess I'm going to go with Christmas in Love. Although really, somebody needs to make Christmas in the Vineyard. That's just sitting there waiting to be made.
Yeah. I think bad decision, first of all, is to try to make Lacey Chabert anything like a Darcy, and they just didn't even try. Like, she wasn't Darcy at all. And that movie was just them planning a party the whole time. And I know there's a lot of these movies with them just planning a party, but there was literally almost no conflict at all. It was just them planning a party, and it was not fun. And Christmas in Love, I agree, it had super grown-worthy moments, but I'd rather watch it again if I had to.
Hey, I was not, like, super into either of them, so my feelings are not hurt.
Ladies, the Hallmark Channel would like you to know that no matter what your career is, you're going to have to plan a party this year.
That's right. I mean, it's probably relatively true, but let's have some conflict. Something happened. Okay. Next, we have Christmas Made to Order versus Christmas in Evergreen, Letters to Santa. And I actually really thought Christmas Made to Order was funny because Jonathan Bennett was like mugging it up to the camera in every scene.
Oh, his eyebrows are out of control.
It was so funny. And like, there's so many weird things, like the fact that weird cider making party that made no sense. I was like, what is this? First of all, it's totally fall harvest. And like, that's just not the way you don't use like crock pots. It was weird. It was very strange. But Christmas in Evergreen's Letter to Santa had everything. It had everybody that I love. It had this. Evergreen's great. I love Evergreen. And the thing was just super charming. And I actually thought it was sweet at a lot of moments. And the whole thing with the key and I just really enjoyed it. And so I like both of these actually, but I'm going to go with Christmas in Evergreen. What about you, Alonso?
Yeah, I mean, Christmas in Evergreen, you're right. It does have all the ingredients and the people and the truck, and all the stuff that you want in one of these movies. It never quite gels, but you just like seeing all those individual pieces sitting next to each other enough that it's like, that's okay. And Christmas Made to Order is a little bananas. Yeah, I mean, the whole premise of like, I've hired you to be my holiday consultant, but now you're basically entertaining my family for me. It's just kind of like, okay, this is weird even for Hallmark. But ultimately I got to say Christmas in Evergreen, it is, if you are looking at these movies to literally look at them, like just to have some sort of visual holiday wallpaper, it was constantly great.
They also had one of the most epic double near kisses.
Oh, man.
Was hilarious.
Whiplash inducing.
I died. That was so funny. Emma, which one would you have picked?
Oh, Christmas in Evergreen, Letters to Santa for Andrew Francis ice skating.
Oh, that was so good. I agree.
And I love Jill Wagner so much.
Yes. My cousin. Good thing you love her.
Yes, your cousin.
Okay.
Oh, and no, by the way, I just need to say that was the same Santa as the first one. We got into a huge argument. It never aired. You and Amber got into this giant argument, and I knew it was the same Santa. So
that's
I just
really funny.
Let the record show.
Good job. Way to go.
I'm proud of myself.
Next, we have Welcome to Christmas versus Mingle All the Way. And I'll just say real quick, mine is Mingle. My pick would be Mingle All the Way. I didn't really like Welcome to Christmas. I thought Eric, maybe as much as I like him, I thought he was miscast in the role. I didn't think they had good chemistry. And I thought Mingle All the Way was weird at times, but I really liked some of the I love the Sandy Sadu and Casey Manderson little side romance. And Jen Lilly's just a delight, and had Ava Grace Cooper in it, who's so cute. And it had enough ingredients that even though it was weird. Especially her mother. Her mother was so weird. But anyway, I go with Mingle all the way. Alonso?
Well, Mingle All the Way, it's got Lindsay Wagner, and so for somebody my
Yeah.
age, that's like, well, there's no beating that. I mean, the lead guy in the movie, I kept waiting for the third act reveal to be like, no, actually, I'm gay, because he was not only hugely into the holidays, but very into the crafting and very into the decor and like just general demeanor. Like it just kept giving me that vibe. I'm like, well, this is interesting, but no, they didn't go there. So whatever.
That would have been entertaining.
Yeah, Welcome to Christmas, on the other hand, like I really don't like it when they gaslight women in these movies. And there were a couple this year where the whole movie is predicated on an entire town lying to a woman so that she'll stay and fall in love with someone. And I just that just gives me the creeps.
I have to say, in that aspect, the book is even worse.
Oh, aren't they
it's
always?
Really bad because he's like engaged, or he was married to this country western singer, and the whole town is like refusing to accept the fact they're divorced. And so they just are still pretending and talking like they're married because they want to be related to someone famous. It's super bad.
What?
Yeah. It's really weird. So then they're like mad at her because she's like stealing away their famous person from their town. But anyway, Emma, what is your choice?
Oh, Mingle all the way.
Okay, good.
I was nervous because Jordy, that's how you say it, was in Pretty Little Liars, and he was just the creepiest perv of all. And I think maybe that's why he was trying. I don't know. Like he didn't come off as super murdery to me in this movie, and I was very excited about that. And I love me some Casey Manderson.
Yes,
yeah,
we all love Casey Manderson.
There are certain Hallmark dudes you have to sort of actively remind yourself, okay, he's not the guy who rapes Joan on Mad Men. He's a nice guy in this one.
Right. Okay. So the next, we're into the Hallmark Classics bracket. Okay, our next is definitely two classics. We have Christmas Under Wraps versus The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. Christmas Under Wraps, I believe, is the most, the best ratings of any Hallmark movie ever, if I'm not mistaken. Oh. And so, yeah, there you go. It's pretty good.
That's what I've heard too.
And then The Most Wonderful Time of the Year is one of my faves. So I'm definitely going with that one. Most Wonderful Time of the Year. I really like it. It's fun. Emma, what about you?
Most Wonderful Time of the Year. I own it on DVD. It's great. Henry Winkler all the way.
Good. All right. What would you pick?
It's unanimous. That's a charmer. I do like that one a lot. All
right. And now I don't know why they're calling this a classic, but we have Switch to Christmas versus A Christmas to Remember. You all know my vote. Christmas to Remember. Emma?
A Christmas to Remember because it's not switched for Christmas.
Yeah, that's right.
That sums it up right there.
Yeah. You mean you're not going for the one with two CCBs? Okay. Next, we have A December Bride versus Karen Kingsbury's Maggie's Christmas Miracle. Emma, what would you pick?
Maggie's Christmas Miracle because it's the longest title of all time.
Yeah. Alonso?
I gotta go with December Bride on this one. Again, I do like Luke McFarlane a lot, but this Maggie's Christmas Miracle, like there's so much kind of you're asked to swallow a lot plot wise. And December Bride, even though it is in the venerable fake boyfriend genre, I think they actually pull it off pretty well. And it has that whole sort of like holiday house crawl that is I think handled pretty well as well.
Yeah, I gotta go with my cousin on this one. Meg's Christmas Miracle for this one. All right. Next, we have Rocky Mountain Christmas versus The 9 Lives of Christmas. And I'm just curious, did the Deck the Hallmark guys, did they go Rocky Mountain just because of Aloha?
Probably. I can't imagine any other reason to make that pick.
I actually liked it. I thought it was good, but 9 Lives of Christmas is one of the best. I mean, let's be real. So
I mean, it is unquestionably a classic of the genre. Like people who don't watch Hallmark movies watch and like The 9 Lives of Christmas.
Yeah, except for Grumpy Dan. He's the
Well,
only
sure.
one. He's hopeless. But Emma, you agree, of course.
I just so happened to make the art for the
That's
10 Lives of
right.
Christmas sequel. So 9 Lives of Christmas.
Okay. This is an interesting one. They have The Christmas Secret versus Christmas in Angel Falls. And Alonso, what are you gonna pick?
I gotta go Christmas in Angel Falls because
Oh.
it is, it threatens to go over the line into pure sap, but I like how there's this entire town of people who have these like long running arguments and feuds that Rachel wants to come in and fix. And so at least it's not like the town is already all nicey nice and she's just making them even nicer. Like she's genuinely got to get people to start talking to each other who haven't spoken in years.
Yeah, I felt like it was kind of a little bit like the preacher's wife / bishop's wife. It had kind of that kind of
Yeah. Now that you mention
a
it,
little. Yeah. I loved Christmas in Angel Falls. I thought it was incredible. I thought her and Paul had such great chemistry. And of course, he's the man has many jobs and he was so charming. And Bo Bridges was fun. And I liked the whole idea of free will. And I thought, I just really enjoyed it. And Christmas Secret, not my favorite. So definitely go with Christmas Angel Falls. What would you pick, Emma?
Angel Falls.
Yes.
Christmas Secret. Just so many things are happening.
It's
It's a lot going on.
Yes. Okay. Next, we have Crown for Christmas with Danica McKellar, and then A Royal Christmas with Lacey Chabert. So, Alonso, which royal are you going with?
Ooh, well, these are, I kind of get these confused in my head all the time, but I'll give Royal Christmas the edge for the scene where Lacey Chabert teaches the kitchen staff how to make a hoagie.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Very good. Emma, what do you pick?
I'm choosing A Royal Christmas because Lacey wins over Danica.
Oh, wrong choice. I pick Crown for Christmas because I just think I like it. I like the fact that she's kind of taking care of her siblings, and then I love Rupert Penry Jones is like my favorite, and that little girl is really cute. Oh well. Okay.
I apologize.
My favorite is still the Roger Moore one, which I don't even think is on the bracket this year.
Oh yeah, what's that one? A Princess Christmas or something. Anyway. All right. Next we have A Bramble House Christmas versus the classic Romance at Reindeer Lodge. I wish Amber was here. We talk about that.
I want to hear her just rant about that movie.
Yeah. I didn't hate it as much as she did, but it wasn't my favorite. But A Bramble House Christmas definitely for sure. Emma?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And I know Alonso. For sure.
Yeah, no, Bramble House was I think my favorite of 2017 and did shockingly well in last year's bracket, if I recall.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, next we have Christmas in Evergreen, the first one, versus Engaging Father Christmas. So y'all know I'm definitely going Christmas in Evergreen because Engaging Father Christmas took me to a dark place. I hated it. It's terrible. But Emma, what do you pick?
Christmas in Evergreen. I love the Santa so much.
Alonso?
Yeah, Christmas in Evergreen. Engaging Father Christmas does have like one of the best proposals I've ever seen in a Hallmark movie. But beyond that, this one's a lot more fun.
The whole reporter thing, I just can't deal with it. All right. Next, we have Once Upon a Christmas Miracle. And we moved on to movies and mysteries. This bracket. So we have Once Upon a Christmas Miracle versus A Christmas for the Books. The last minute addition gets a spot in the bracket. That's shocking.
That's crazy. I didn't think about that.
No. So I definitely picking Once Upon a Christmas Miracle. A Christmas for the Books. I think the lead's actually a potential, but it was very weird. What they were doing that weekend at that house. I don't know. It was very strange. Alonso?
Yeah, Christmas for the Books is like, even by the standards of these movies, which I'm very generous to in a lot of ways, I couldn't tell you what was going on or why for most of it. Like it was script-wise a disaster. Like they were making it up as they went along. So yeah, for whatever faults it has, Once Upon a Christmas Miracle easily.
Yes. For sure. Okay, here we go. Next, we have A Godwink Christmas versus Hope at Christmas. And Emma, what is your pick?
A Godwink Christmas, because I always wanted Paul Campbell and Kimberly Sested together, and we finally got it.
Yeah. Even though I loved the crazy book Christmas tree thing, and when they had that tree disaster at the Hope at Christmas where it was like split in two, that was so funny to me. But and it had the weird ex-husband thing that was in Hawaii. I don't know, that was weird. But I go with Godwin's Christmas just on the cast alone. It was so charming. So Alonso, what would you pick?
I gotta go Hope at Christmas here, just because my thing with Hallmark in general, like I'm an atheist, and I am fine with movies that that they are clearly intended to be family friendly and they want to be uplifting, and even they'll even flirt with sort of a sense of spirituality or whatever.
Yeah.
But you can cross a line at which I just feel like I'm watching something on like the 700 Club, and Godwink Christmas just felt a little too like, let's all stop and talk about how like the most important thing for God right now is that this hotel owner and this antiques assessor get together because Yemen can take care of itself. I just was not having it, and it was when you trot out Kathy Lee Gifford to like give you some homilies, I'm like, no, thank you. Hope for Christmas.
You have Christmas at Grand Valley and Christmas Wonderland. And despite Christmas Wonderland having the most ridiculous airport scene in the history of Hallmark, I have to go with Christmas at Grand Valley because that date they went on was the cutest thing. I loved it. And so even though it was a very tired story, I just loved that little date that they went on. It was so cute. So Emma, what do you think?
I don't have an emotional attachment to either of these movies, but the lead man in Christmas in Wonderland was wearing a pair of pants my husband has. And I was really excited to see those pants. So I choose that.
Oh, I do think Emily Osmond has huge Hallmark potential.
I do too.
Oh, totally.
Very good fit for what would you pick, Alonso?
I found both of these more charming than I thought I was gonna. Like, I was pleasantly surprised by both of them. Ultimately, I will say that Hallmark movies know their way around a Colorado resort way better than they do the New York art scene. So I gotta go with Christmas in Grand Valley.
Yeah, and that painting wasn't my favorite.
Those paintings. Oh,
It was very
it's like never show us the art. Don't show us the wreath. Don't show us the photographs. Don't show us the paintings. Just have
or the
everybody tell us
songs. No.
Yes, just tell us they're great and we'll believe you. But if we see them, we'll know you're lying.
It looked like one of those like velvet paintings, like you get in convenience stores in the 80s. Okay, next we have Northern Lights of Christmas versus Memories of Christmas. And I have to pick Northern Lights of Christmas because I have almost no memory of Memories of Christmas. It was so bland and so forgettable. In Northern Lights of Christmas, he was kind of a jerk for too long, and that put me off. Mm-hmm. But in the end, it won me over, and I liked it pretty good. I think they missed a chance to have Santa involved with those reindeer. But
Right.
But anyway, it was cute enough. Alonso, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I mean, like, I remember that Memories of Christmas was about the theater that kept falling apart, and they had to get it open in time for the blah, blah, blah holiday, whatever. Northern Lights of Christmas, I like a town. I like a town that has some personality, which this one had, and the reindeer were charming, even if they didn't fly. So, yeah, I'll go with that one.
Okay, good. And Emma, what'd you pick?
Northern Lights.
Yeah. Okay. So the next two are like are like two movies only I liked. I feel like it's tough one for only me. It's Last Vermont Christmas versus Christmas Bells Are Ringing, and I just like the family dynamic in Last Vermont Christmas. I related to it because I have a big family, and I don't know. I thought it was pretty good, and I thought they had decent chemistry. I like Erin Cahill. And I really liked anything to do with the wedding and Christmas Bells Are Ringing. And I hate Hallmark weddings usually, but I just thought everybody was so thoughtful and so kind. And the whole thing between her and her new stepmom was it wasn't petty at all. It was just nice. And So it's tough, but, and I think in my countdown, I actually had Last Vermont Christmas higher, but I think I'm going to go with Christmas Bells Are Ringing.
I'm shocked.
I know, I like them both, but I don't know. I'll wait and pick. You guys. So, Emma, what do you pick?
Christmas Bells Are Ringing, but I thought you'd pick Last Vermont Christmas.
I know, I'm the only one who liked it. I thought it was sweet. What can I say? And I thought the whole thing with tricking the inspector was funny. Alonso?
Yeah, Last Vermont Christmas. That's a script that needs at least one more pass. Like, I think it was the Hallmark guys who pointed out that the school teacher is retiring in the middle of the year.
That's fair.
Christmas. Just a lot of just little things. You're like, wait, what? Huh? At Christmas Bells Ringing, I agree with you. I thought the daughter stepmother scene was really quite lovely and was a lot more genuine than a lot of stuff that we get in these movies. And I like all the sort of boaty stuff with it. I thought it was fine.
All right. Well, I'll vote for Last Vermont Christmas just to throw out a bone, but I do agree. I mean, all of these to a certain extent could use another pass. Let's be real.
Oh, totally.
Okay. So next we have Return to Christmas Creek versus Time for Me to Come Home for Christmas. Two long title movies. Alonso, what do you pick?
Oh man. Okay. Time for Me to Come Home for Christmas just bothered me on so many levels that I can't even go down that path. Return to Christmas Creek I thought was pretty charming. I liked the airplane stuff. I'm a Steven Weber fan. I actually just got to interview him for a Blu-ray that's going to come out later this year. So he was very nice. But for sure, Return to Christmas Creek.
All right. Emma?
Return to Christmas Creek was the worst score I've ever given a Hallmark movie. I hated that movie so much. I think I gave it like a 1.75. But I didn't even like this Blake Shelton movie, but I'll pick it just because I didn't like the other movie so much.
Yeah,
not the worst rate.
I really it was my least favorite of the season was Return to Christmas Creek. I thought that they were so ridiculous with her, like making it seem like she was a terrible person when like her app was actually like, if it worked in a world where that app worked, that's like the best thing ever for Christmas. Like learning what your people in your life want for Christmas and then buying it for them. That's amazing. And then also like her going to Turks and Caicos, like she was the worst person in the world to go on holiday. It really annoyed me, and I could never quite recover after that. I was so irritated with how they treated her at the beginning. And I don't know, and just the whole idea, this whole conflict, the family conflict wasn't my favorite. I didn't like it, even though Stephen Huszar is very dreamy. So I give it some points for that, but that's about it for me.
In a Hallmark Christmas movie, if you want to go to a warm place, your soul is dead.
That's true.
Also, if you want to go to Aspen, which is cold but still technically bad.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, I don't know. It just hit me too hard because my family always celebrates Christmas early because of everything, and they were all just like, "Oh, how dare you!" You all suck. And Time for Me to Come Home for Christmas. It was fine. It wasn't my favorite, but some of the stops they made along the way were kind of cute. I liked those Romer guys, that couple. They were kind of
like the old couple on the bus. I did like. I used to live in Nashville, and they reminded me of those people that like had one hit 40 years ago, and they're still sort of hanging around,
Yeah. Well, next we have Marrying Father Christmas versus Christmas on Honeysuckle Lane, and I'm gonna go with Christmas on Honeysuckle Lane, even though it wasn't the best Alicia Witt movie in the world. I really am just not into weird, strange, mysterious uncles coming out of existence and like, what is he doing there? I don't know. It just wasn't for me. Marrying Father Christmas. And I feel like those people are very selfish, and I just don't like spending time with them. Alonso, which would you pick?
Oh, for sure, Christmas on Honeysuckle Lane. Just because, you're right. There have been better Alicia Witt movies, but she does elevate the material, even when this one didn't make a lot of sense. I think the Father Christmas movies are like the Star Wars prequels, where if they had been one movie, it would have been fine. But stretching it out to 3, it just gets desperate.
Yeah. Emma?
I actually chose Mary and Father Christmas because I, for some reason, read Christmas on Honeysuckle Lane, and this movie has nothing to do with that book, and I was so confused.
Oh, okay. That
It's
happens sometimes.
nothing that happens in that movie happens in the book.
And you
So
did get some pretty good Nile Mater wood chopping scenes in that movie. So that was good. All right. So now we have Small Town Christmas versus Veterans Christmas. And I think these are both decent. I like them both pretty good. Emma, which would you pick?
I thought a Veterans Christmas was kind of odd. I think
Was kind of odd.
I thought Sean Ferris was trying really hard to be super happy, and it just didn't seem to work for him. I thought it came off as very creepy. So I'll have to go with the Small Town Christmas. And I really love the sweater that she's wearing on the cover on the poster. So I didn't get to see that whole movie, but I'll go for the sweater.
Alonso, what would you pick?
Yeah, I'm going to go Small Town Christmas because A Veterans Christmas is the other movie besides Welcome to Christmas where the whole town is gaslighting a woman so she won't leave.
True.
I'm like, you know what? Hallmark would never do that to a male veteran. You know, they'll do this to a woman. It's like, you guys are supposed to be all wrapped in the flag, but come on. This woman's, she's got PTSD and she's been separated from her beloved dog, and now you're going to all lie to her and tell her that her truck can't be fixed for another week? Come on. Also, the dogs in this movie do that thing that like Happy the dog always does when in their interstitials, where they're always looking off camera at the trainer. And it's like, but Small Town Christmas, like, you know, if you like your Palaha, this is where I think he's at his Palaha.
Yes, him channeling Jimmy Stewart was pretty great, and so I go with that as well. That was my favorite. All right, here's the fight. This is Hallmark Movies Now bracket. And we have, I call it the Grandpa Angel movie, Alonso.
Oh, yes.
Angels and Ornaments, because I think this grandpa is the creepiest person that ever exists. And the way he just kind of lingers over these people is just very weird to me. And it's my biggest example of Hallmark or horror. You change the score to this movie, and it is a horror movie without making any changes. Without doubt. But Emma, defend Angels and Ornaments to us. It's versus One Christmas Eve. Versus the it's versus the Hallmark Hall of Fame. One Christmas Eve.
Well, it gives me the warm and fuzzies. I don't really know what else to say other than I like the Grandpa Angel. I thought he was so sweet and adorable in that scarf. And my only issue with the movie is I get that stupid song stuck in my head for like a week. 'Twas the night, 'twas the night. Oh my gosh. But I love it so much. It's just so sweet. I don't know why you don't like it. The grandpa is adorable. I want to see him in another Hallmark. So I think an angel ghost guy would probably linger.
Alonso, what do you think?
I have not seen One Christmas Eve, but I'm still voting for One Christmas Eve because I have seen Angels and Ornaments, and not to yuck your yum, Emma, but oh god, I'm totally on Rachel's side.
Yes,
he is such a stalker. It's very creepy.
And One Christmas Eve, you should see it because it's actually got a little bit of diversity and it has a pretty good message, and it's actually kind of funny. It's got more slapstick than the typical Hallmark movie.
I will
and
keep
Anne
an eye
Heche
out.
is great. So,
wow.
All right.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Next, we have Baby's First Christmas, which honestly I have never even heard of. I don't even know what that is. Versus Broadcasting Christmas. So, have you heard, Alonso, of Baby's First Christmas?
You know, I think I TiVo'd it last year. Like, I think it aired during the, 24/7. And then I didn't maybe get around to watching it.
Why would you?
I'm going to go with Broadcasting Christmas for purely selfish reasons. My friend Michael Variety has like a story credit on it. And it's actually, I think, pretty charming. And I think there is kind of a fun, like, if you're going to have these movies where two people are rivals for a thing, I actually buy the way they do it in this movie and the story that they go chasing after. And, little Jack A never did anybody wrong either. So, I'm down for that one.
Emma, have you seen Baby's First Christmas?
No.
I never even heard of it.
I saw it was playing and I just didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't even TiVo it. But I'm going to go with Broadcasting Christmas. I'm pretty sure Topher Payne wrote this, and he wrote A Gift to Remember, and I just think he's really nice. So I have to go for him.
Yeah, I like Broadcasting Christmas. I think it's fun. I'm going with it too. Okay, next we have Signed, Sealed, Delivered for Christmas versus Christmas in Conway. And Alonso, since you said you hadn't seen Signed, Sealed, Delivered.
I have not, but I have seen Christmas in Conway, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of a bummer, but I mean, it's sweet. And, the way that everybody sort of rallies together to help him build this Ferris wheel and stuff for his dying wife. It's, it's nice. It has all the feels. And
it's a Hallmark Hall of Fame, I believe. So
might be, yeah.
Yeah. So that's exciting. Emma, which do you pick?
Can you tell me what you would pick, Rachel? Because I haven't seen either. So if you pick Signed, Sealed, Delivered, I want to know.
Yes, I would pick Signed, Sealed, Delivered. I think it's really good. I think it's really well written, and I think it's a pretty touching, subtle discussion about faith, and how, particularly during the holidays, and the different characters. Some believe, some don't believe, and there's an angel, and I know I really like it. I think it's really good. I've actually never seen Christmas in Conway, so that's an easy decision for me. But you want to play Eeny, Miny, Mo?
I like angels. So I feel like I have to go with Signed, Sealed, Delivered. But I haven't. Yeah. Okay, I'll do Signed, Sealed, Delivered because
make the Postables happy.
Yeah,
throw
angels.
them a bone.
Well,
all right.
Since I made the Hardys mad, I'll go with the Postables.
If you do a 1 week, your free 1 week of Hallmark movies now, put Christmas in Conway on your watch list.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely will. Okay, next we have Finding Father Christmas versus The Santa Suit.
Sorry, that was a snort.
Well, Emma, what is your pick?
I just think that's the creepiest poster. The Santa suit thing. I just got to say bye to that. So let's go with the Father Christmas.
And Alonso?
Yeah, Kevin Sorbo's a creep, so totally Finding Father Christmas for me here.
I've never seen the Santa suit, so I guess by default I have to pick Finding Father Christmas, even though I did not like it. Okay. Then we have Christmas in Canaan versus An Old-Fashioned Christmas. And I am definitely going to go with Old-Fashioned Christmas. I like it. I like old-fashioned Christmases. And I don't know. I like it. They don't do very many movies like that anymore. I wish they did. And I never seen Christmas in Canaan, so that's easy. Alonso, what would you pick?
I have seen neither one, but Old Fashioned Christmas is on the app, so I'm going to watch that one. And if I have to pick between Jacqueline Bisset and Billy Ray Cyrus, it's no contest. So yeah, Old Fashioned Christmas.
Okay, and Emma?
I was going to pick Billy Ray just because I think that poster's funny, but I haven't seen either. I feel bad once you get to Hallmark movies now. I haven't seen a lot of these.
Okay, then we have Cancel Christmas versus Silver Bells. And I've seen Silver Bells, and I like it. I think it's pretty good. Anne Heche is good. Tate Donovan. And that looks like a very creepy face on the Cancel Christmas guy. So I'm going with Silver Bells. Emma?
Silver Bells.
Yeah. Alonso?
I've only seen Cancel Christmas, so Silver Bells.
Okay. Then we have The Case for Christmas versus Fallen Angel, and with Gary Sinise. And Emma, have you seen either of these?
I haven't. But I guess I'll just go with the angel thing again.
Fallen Angel. Alonso, have you seen either of these?
I've watched about half of The Case for Christmas because it was on the app. I don't know if it still is. The free app, not the Movies Now app.
Uh-huh.
And it was kind of whatever, but you can sort of tell the older Hallmark movies, they haven't really locked down that formula yet.
Yeah.
So it's a little more like, Santa's got to go to court, and Dean Kane's got to represent him. But it's got a pretty good Santa in it. So based on the half of it I've seen, I'll go for Case for Christmas.
I haven't seen either of these for a long time, but I'm gonna go with Fallen Angel because I think I remember it being pretty moving, pretty okay. All right, next we have Season for Miracles versus Christmas Comes Home to Canaan, our sequel. I definitely go with the Season for Miracles. It's kind of a little bit of a classic. It's so sad, but it's so good. Alonso?
I have seen neither, but I'm blanking on her name. Who's that woman who stars in Season for Miracles?
Isn't it Carla?
Is it Carla Gugino? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I like her. So I'll go Season for Miracles.
It's pretty good. It's one of those more of the weepy ones.
Very young Mae Whitman in it. I can't even say it a second time, but I choose A Season for Miracles as well because I really like that one.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, we're on to round 2. Sorry, this is taking so long. Okay, next we have these now should go faster since we all said our opinions. Okay, next we have Christmas Everlasting versus This Christmas Eve. Alonso?
Oof. I'll go Everlasting.
Emma?
It's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, Christmas Eve to me as well.
Yes.
I'm in love with Tyler Hines. He's the best. Okay.
He was such a good ad for Hallmark.
Yeah, he's so good. Okay, next we have Christmas at Pemberley Manor versus Shoe Axe Christmas. And
Pemberley.
Okay. And Emma?
Shoe Addicts.
Shoe Addicts for me also.
Ugh.
I know.
Killing me, Smalls.
Then we have Christmas at the Palace versus Christmas in Love.
Oh, Palace.
Emma?
Same. Christmas at the Palace.
Yeah, it's probably better, but I don't know. Okay. Then we have Christmas in Evergreen, Letters to Santa versus Mingle All the Way. Emma?
Mingle All the Way.
Oh, okay. Alonso?
Letters to Santa.
Letters to Santa for me also.
Dang it.
You have to lose on one of them. Alonso can't lose everyone.
Right. Yes. I guess.
Next, we have The Most Wonderful Time of the Year versus Christmas to Remember. Tough one. I'm going Most Wonderful Time of the Year. Emma?
Same. Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to throw Christmas to Remember a bone then.
Okay. All right. Maggie's Christmas Miracle versus The 9 Lives of Christmas.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
9 lives.
9 lives.
Yeah, totally 9 lives.
Okay. All right. Christmas in Angel Falls versus A Royal Christmas. I'm definitely Angel Falls.
Right. I agree.
Okay. Bramble House Christmas versus Christmas in Evergreen.
Bramble House.
Evergreen.
I'm going to go with Bramble House.
I
That was
figured.
a tough one. They both had kind of the same problems. Okay, but I think Bramble House is a little better, and Autumn Reeser. Okay. Oh, I did. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, next we have Once Upon a Christmas Miracle versus God Winks Christmas.
Oh, Miracle.
Emma?
God wink.
Ooh, make me decide. I also go with God Wink. I know. Okay, next we have Christmas at Grand Valley versus Northern Lights of Christmas.
Oh, Grand Valley.
Northern Lights.
I go Grand Valley. I love that date. Okay, next we have Christmas Bells Are Ringing versus Time for Me to Come Home for Christmas. We all agree bells are ringing?
Bells,
yes.
for sure.
Yes. Okay. Christmas at Honeysuckle Lane versus Small Town Christmas.
Honeysuckle.
Small Town.
I'm going Small Town Christmas as well.
That is a great sweater.
Yeah.
It is so cute.
Alana was really charming in that. And it did have a really good ending kiss. Okay, we have One Christmas Eve versus Broadcasting Christmas. I'm actually going to go One Christmas Eve. But since you guys haven't seen it, you probably know.
Yeah, I think we have to defer because you've seen them both, but we haven't.
Yeah. And so I just pick?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Shoulder that responsibility.
Okay, good. All right, we have Signed, Sealed, Delivered for Christmas versus Finding Father Christmas. Am I again the only one who's seen both of these?
Who's seen both? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Definitely Signed, Sealed, Delivered.
Hmm.
That's an easy one for me. All right. And then we have An Old-Fashioned Christmas and Silver Bells. I'm going with Silver Bells.
I've seen neither, so
Okay. And Emma, you've seen Silver Bells, right?
I have seen Silver Bells.
Okay, yeah, it's a
So
good
let's
one.
go with that.
All right. We have Fallen Angel versus A Season for Miracles. I think definitely go with Season for Miracles, right, Emma?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here we go. All right, now we're on round 3. We're making
Oh my
progress
gosh.
here. Okay, we have It's Christmas Eve versus Shoe Addicts. This is very tough for Alonso.
Christmas Eve.
I go with Shoe Addicts. I really liked it. Emma?
It's Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Of course. Oh my gosh, I love it so much.
Okay, then we have Christmas at the Palace versus Christmas in Evergreen, Letters to Santa.
I'm going to go Palace.
Oh, Emma?
I'm going Evergreen.
Yeah, Evergreen for me. Okay, we have The Most Wonderful Time of the Year versus The 9 Lives of Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
That
now
one
it's where
hurts.
Yeah,
the bloodletting begins.
I'm going The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. I know Amber would probably kill me.
I got to go 9 Lives.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna do 9 Lives, but it hurts. I love The Most Wonderful Time of Year so much.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
then we have Christmas in Angel Falls versus Bramble House Christmas.
Oh, Bramble House for sure.
Emma?
Angel Falls.
I actually go Angel Falls too.
I figured.
I knew that.
Okay, we have Godwinks versus Christmas at Grand Valley.
Grand Valley.
Emma?
Godwink.
I'm also going Godwink.
Oh.
I liked it better. I know. Okay, then we have Christmas Bells Are Ringing versus Small Town Christmas.
Small Town Christmas.
I'm going Christmas Bells Are Ringing, so
I'm going Christmas Bells Are Ringing.
yay. Okay. Now we have, I think, 2 movies that neither of you have seen. We have One Christmas Eve versus Signed, Sealed, Delivered for Christmas.
Yeah, you take this
That's
one.
on you.
I will pick Signed, Sealed, Delivered. Okay. And then we have Silver Bells versus A Season for Miracles. What do you think, Emma?
A Season for Miracles.
Yeah, I think
Definitely.
so. Okay, now we're moving forward. New round. We have It's Christmas Eve versus Christmas in Evergreen, Letters to Santa.
I guess it's Christmas Eve.
Yay!
I agree. It's Christmas Eve. And Emma, I'm assuming you agree as well.
Oh, yes.
Okay, then we have 9 Lives of Christmas versus Christmas in Angel Falls. And I have to go 9 Lives of Christmas.
Yeah, same here.
Yes. Good.
Okay, then we have A Godwink Christmas versus Christmas Bells Are Ringing.
Christmas Bells Are Ringing.
Christmas bells are ringing.
All right. They're pretty much the same for me. Then we have Signed, Sealed, Delivered for Christmas and Season for Miracles.
I trust you, Rachel.
Okay. I'm
This
gonna
bracket
keep
is
going.
yours.
Yeah.
I'm going Signed, Sealed, Delivered. It's really good. Then we have It's Christmas Eve versus The 9 Lives of Christmas.
Is this the final 4?
It's
here?
semifinal, yeah.
Oh.
I know.
9 Lives.
Emma?
This one's really hard for me because this Christmas Eve is a new favorite, but 9 Lives is like forever favorite. I don't want to cheat on it.
Your dad will not judge you if you don't go with It's Christmas Eve.
I think he would judge me if I went with It's Christmas Eve. So let's do 9 Lives of Christmas.
All right. I was going to say,
Which I love.
I'll pick 9 Lives just so Amber doesn't kill me.
Right.
Okay.
I was seeing Amber's face. Like, come on, Emma, make the right choice.
All right. Well, so it's Christmas Bells Are Ringing versus Signed, Sealed, Delivered for Christmas. So do I have to pick? I guess.
Yes, you do.
I mean, I'm going to pick Signed, Sealed, Delivered, but then I feel like this making this bracket really boring. But it's better. So we have our final. I made it really boring. The final is 9 Lives of Christmas versus Signed, Sealed, Delivered for Christmas. And I genuinely think that Signed, Sealed, Delivered for Christmas is the better movie, but I think it's really well written. I really like it. I think it does a very hard thing. It's so hard to write themes of faith and make it not preachy and make it something that people can, communicate with and feel with. And I don't know, that's so tough. And I think Martha Williamson does about as best a job as anybody in the business right now, in my opinion. But anyway, but I think I'm fine with 9 Lives of Christmas winning in the bracket. I think it's fine. It's the only one that makes sense.
Because I don't even like cats, and I'm charmed by that movie.
Yes. So there we go. We did it. It's the winner. 9 Lives of Christmas. Woo!
Do you want to know what my final 2 was?
Yes, tell us.
It was Angels and Ornaments versus the 9 Lives of Christmas.
Did you do that partly just to get me to?
Oh no, it was all the love in my heart.
That is hilarious.
I don't know why. I guess maybe I'm a creepy person. I hope not, man.
Let's be honest. Almost all of these Hallmark movies could be a horror movie very quickly. So that one's the one that I first sort of stuck out to me, the way he lingers. But
and not just Hallmark. I have a friend who wants to remake Holiday in Handcuffs with the exact same script, but as a horror movie.
Yeah,
it kind of is a horror movie. Really I love Holiday in Handcuffs, though.
So thank you so much, you guys. This is really fun. I really appreciate it. You coming and doing this. This is great.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And so, Alonso, how can people find you?
I'm at A Duralde on Twitter, ADURALDE. You can read my reviews at thewrap.com, THEWRAP. And I co-host the Linoleum Knife podcast, the Who Shot Ya podcast, and Breakfast All Day podcast. So please check those out.
Podcast King. So, Emma, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at The Hallmark, and you can read my recaps and reviews of Hallmark movies at thehallmark.com.
Great. And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews on iTunes and YouTube. And if you check that out, that'd be great. And make sure you're following the podcast all over social media at Hallmarkies Pod. And if you're listening on iTunes, please give us your ratings and reviews. And if you're listening on YouTube, please give us your thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to purchase any of these movies that we talked about, go to hallmarkiespodcast.com/Amazon, and it would help us out, and it'd be really fun for you. So thanks so much, you guys. I really had a blast. And let us know what your bracket winners were, what you ended up picking, and we can have a big talk about it. If you're outraged by any of our picks, let's talk about it on Twitter or in the comments. It'll be really fun. And thanks so much, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.
Bye.